people in Arizona, and it was really wonderful. And I'm sure you're going to enjoy him. He will give you his background and story. So please give a warm welcome to Alex Hermosillo.
Thank you, Diane. I'd like to thank Diane and the IANs of Chicago for inviting me here today and for pulling me out of Arizona. It's really hot over there. My name is Alex John Hermosillo, and I'm going to tell you my story, my own personal story. I listened to all of yours, and they're magnificent. They're beautiful. After I tell my story, we're going to do a meditation. We call it the basics of healing. This is for you. It's what I do for myself every morning, right before each client, and when I go to bed at night. In 1996, me and my brother Eddie had a restaurant in Mexico across the border from Yuma, Arizona. And one night I was there with him. The restaurant was very busy. And this customer came in. She was a young woman, about 22, 23 years old. She was crying. She was holding her baby in her arms. The baby was about a year old. And she came up to me and said, "Alex, please help me. My baby is dying." She has a temperature of about 104 degrees and cannot breathe. And for reasons unknown to me, I said, "Hand me your child. I'll be back in 2 minutes." She handed me her baby and walked about 10 feet to the small little house that was connected to the restaurant. I placed the baby on the mattress, looked at it. Had a rash, was gasping for air. Its limbs were lifeless. I placed my hands over this baby. I closed my eyes and I cried out, "You are healed!" Suddenly a tremendous energy went through my body, expanded throughout the room. And then a second burst of energy went through me. And it came out of my hands. After about a minute and a half or so, the energy stopped. I didn't hear the baby gasping for air anymore. So I opened up one eye to investigate. And the baby's there, looking at me, eyes open, talking to me. The rash was gone, I touched it, it was cool to the touch. And then I went into a state of fear. I said, oh my God, a miracle just happened. I was raised Catholic, even went to Catholic school. A miracle just happened. And I went in a state of fear. Everything was like in slow motion. After about 3 or 4 minutes, I wiped the tears from my eyes, picked up this little baby that was still trying to talk to me in baby language, and walked out to the restaurant and handed the baby to its mother. Well, she was pretty amazed. Because the hospital was over 15 miles away, it was all dirt roads. My brother was pretty amazed. "Alex, how'd you do that?" As he was drinking his beers. I don't know. The manager of the restaurant that ran the restaurant said, "Alex." I said, I don't know. Well, the restaurant just got busier and busier, so we started working, doing what we needed to do. The next day, I woke up, looked at myself in the mirror. I was different. I looked at my hands. They seemed normal, like before, but I was different. I didn't know what it was. That night was only spoken of 2 other times in the next week, and that was it. I didn't want anything to do with it. I didn't want anything to do with what happened. I changed, and I didn't like it. I didn't want to change. A year later, I was working at my job, a huge retailer. I sold major appliances. And they were serving hot dogs and hamburgers for employee appreciation. And they had me a hot dog. Wow. It was kind of like God saying, Alex, I need to talk to you. So, should we use a car accident? No, too messy. Gunshot wound? No, too painful. Chili cheese dog? That's how I'll get you up here. Well, I had a chili cheese dog. And I wasn't feeling too good. I thought I was catching, stomach flu. And I had a date with this girl I just met, our first date together. And I said, I better not go. Called her up, and she says, Alex, I'm a nurse, I'll take care of you. And I said, okay. I was living with my parents at the time. Well, we leave, and it wasn't getting any better. And I told her, I think I'm going to get sick. You need to pull over. So she pulls over at a Taco Bell. I walk into Taco Bell, and I lost a lot of fluid, which we could call it blood, all over the place. After I regained consciousness, I said, I need to get out of here, I'm going to die. So she took me to the emergency room. As I was in the emergency room, all these nurses and these doctors are trying to save my life. They were all around me. They didn't know where the bleeding was coming from. And then suddenly, everything was quiet. And I saw them around me, working on me. And then this beautiful golden mist came in. A beautiful golden mist. Then the doctors and the nurses, the table, everything disappeared. And the next thing I knew, I was about 20 to 30 feet off the ground with my body. And I saw my mom and my dad, all my brothers and sisters lined up in a row with the girl that took me to the emergency room, my first date. And they were looking up at me in a state of awe. Like they couldn't believe what I was doing. And I looked at them, smiling. I knew my time here on earth was over. And I waved at them. And they're looking up at me. And I'm waving at them. I was disconnected to them. I didn't feel bad about leaving them or leaving this world. I looked up and I knew I had to go someplace. So I put my hands out like Superman and I started to fly. And I went through the clouds. And as I was going through the clouds, I said to myself, Alex, if you put your hands to your sides, there'll be less wind resistance. You go faster. So I put my hands to my sides. And faster I went. And I remember crying out, faster and faster and faster. I broke through the clouds. And I saw a pinpoint of white light. A pinpoint of white light. And I got really excited. I was so excited. And then, waves of fear, shame, grief, and heartache and pain that I had in my life began to be pulled out of me. All this pain. It was like layers of pain. As the light got brighter and brighter and brighter, all the pain was gone of my entire life. I entered into the light. And it was a love that was so great, I never felt it on earth before. A tremendous love and a peace. And I knew I was home in the presence of God. As I was up there floating around, how beautiful! This is my new home. I saw other beings out there, other souls, or people. Some of them had a little bit of light as I looked at them. And I knew these were the people that could not forgive themselves or forgive others. They could not let go of the grief and their pain. Maybe they were judgmental and angry. And then there was others that had great light. And I looked at them and I knew these were people that are good people that did their best on earth. To try to help each other out. They did the very best they could. They did the very best they could. And then there was others that their light was so bright, it was like looking into the sun. And I knew they were the Mother Teresas, the Gandhis, and the Martin Luther Kings of the world. Because they were so bright, so full of light. And I loved where I was at. As I began to investigate even further out to the realms of heaven, seeing beautiful images and sights, the feeling of it, this great love, I heard beep, 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 beep. I'm looking around, beep, beep. Oh no! I was in a hospital bed and I opened my eyes. I said, no, 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 I want to go back, I want to go back. I closed my eyes. I want to go back, I want to go back. After about a minute and a half or two, I opened my eyes and I said, beep, I want to go back. Son of a beep. Close my eyes again. I want to go back. And after about 2 minutes, I opened my eyes. I was upset. I was angry that I was back. The woman, my first date, she was there. And I remember that I looked at her and I was able to see her energy. This beautiful energy, like I did in heaven. And I looked at her and I could feel this love, this, I could feel her. Not only see, but feel. And she came up and gave me a little kiss. And with that kiss, I thought it'd be okay to stay here. Well, I recovered in the hospital and went home. But I was different. I was different. Now I know it was the energy of heaven. That's what I call it. The energy of spirit, the energy of the soul that's been liberated from the heaviness of the physical body. It was difficult. I was able to see everyone's energies. I was able to feel everyone's pain. Not only feel it, but see it. The past, the present, and the future. I was going through some difficulties. Why? I was in heaven. I was purified. Remember, as I went to the light, waves of fear, shame, and grief was pulled out of me. We have to remember that my DNA and my mother and father had their pain, right? If you think about it, what is DNA? It's a vibration of a frequency, right? of an experience. So, that little egg and that little sperm was all of my father's and all my mother's experiences on earth. Their emotions. That was in me. That was pulled out of me too. That was pulled out of me too. Came back, I was pure. I was pure. People's anger and judgment and greed was alien to me. Right? Because you're in a different state. The state of heaven, we can call it. I remember going back to work the first day. Well, actually, I didn't go back to work for the first day to work. I went back to visit my coworkers. I was able to feel them. I didn't like the way it felt. It got me actually physically sick. Went home, but then again, I went back to work about a month later. And as I'm speaking to the store manager, suddenly, I get pulled out of my body. Pulled out of the body. The first time I left with the body. The second time I was pulled out of my body. So here I am looking at the store manager myself. I'm like, oh my God. Right? The sense of fear hit. And by going in that state of fear, I went back into the body. I was pretty shaken up. Like, oh. Had the beautiful experience, right? Going to heaven. This time, I was not in heaven. I was not on earth. I was between worlds. Well, besides feeling everything and seeing everything, now I'm going through this experience. It was getting tough on me. It was nerve-wracking. I tried to talk to my brothers and sisters, 9 of them, right? They thought I was a goofball. They couldn't understand me. They couldn't understand me. They would blow me off. I talked to the priest. But alcohol helped out, or I thought it did. So I started to drink a lot. A lot. Well, I was doing the best I could. And then one day, it was my day off from work. My mother had surgery a couple of weeks, or actually about a month before. And, you know, they stuck those little tubes in her nose. And actually her nose would bleed about 5 days a week. We would need to rush her to the emergency room 3 times a week. Because blood would gush out of her mouth and her nose. And one day, it was my day off, she comes out, Alex, take me to the emergency room. I'm bleeding. I can see the blood coming out of her nose and her mouth. And I was watching television. I was watching John Wayne. He was landing on Guadalcanal, right? All the Marines, they're taking on heavy casualties. My dad was in Guadalcanal. He was a Marine, World War II, so I'm all into it. Things exploding and stuff. My mother comes out, Alex, take me to the emergency room, I'm bleeding. I looked at her, sit down. She sat down, I put my hand out, it's about 4 feet away from me. I'm looking at TV, and then all of a sudden, ah! I'm like, ah! I got up, ran into my room, locked the door behind me, and I'm pacing now. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my, I killed Mom. She screamed, I thought I killed her. I didn't know what this stuff was. I thought I really killed her. So I'm pacing up and down. Oh my God, I killed Mom. My dad's sleeping across in his room. It's across from my room. My dad's there asleep. My mom's in the room dead. And I'm begging, please God, don't let her be dead. Please. I didn't know what this stuff was. After about 4 or 5 minutes, I didn't hear anything in the living room. But I knew I had to go out there to see if my mom was dead. Could you imagine what it must have felt like thinking that you killed someone you love through this energy, this power that you don't know what it is? I finally made a decision. Alex, you need to go see if she's alive. I unlocked the door, walked out. My mother's sitting there. It's all stopped. It's all gone. I said, that's good. Walked out to my car, jumped in, took off to a bar, didn't come until 5 o'clock the next morning. Well, it didn't get any better. It didn't get any easier after that. Walked into a 7-Eleven, the guy was there. He said, Alex, I got a tumor in my hand. I held his hand, well, I hope it gets better. Laughed, touched it for about a minute. Came back 3 days later. He said, you touched me. The tumor went away 2 minutes after. I said, that's nice. And I left. I never went back. No one could explain to me what was happening to me. Seeing everything, feeling everything, and being in a different world, right? The place we call heaven. I couldn't understand the humans. I was calling them humans. I do not understand you. There's always that state, that energy, that bliss of heaven. For those of you that are enlightened, you understand what it feels like. It continued. And then one day someone introduced me to crystal meth. I go, oh, this would take care of it. So I was on crystal meth now. Things didn't get any easier. I ended up living with this girl. I don't know why she even wanted to hang out with me. I was so different. And as we laid together, she fell asleep, and I laid back. I was doing my best not to drink anymore, not to do crystal meth, but I thought God forgot me. I thought they forgot me. I thought the first time I left, I was supposed to be up there. There was a mistake. They made a mistake. I'm not supposed to be here. I felt like such an alien. I couldn't understand people. They couldn't understand me. I couldn't understand why they were judgmental. I couldn't understand why they were angry. I did not understand why there was hate. I couldn't understand. So she's laying there. I'm sleeping, or trying to sleep, and suddenly, boom! I get pulled. I take off like 1,000,000 miles per hour. I go through the ceiling towards space. I'm trying to yell, but I cannot. The wind is sucked out of my lungs, and the G-force of the speed was fluttering my cheeks. And I continue to go out to space, further and further away. And then I slowed down and stopped. And I remember looking out at the stars and the planets, and I thought, how beautiful, how peaceful. Some of you have experienced that, huh? You told your stories earlier before. I'm looking around, I said, you know, Alex, I could stay here. This place, I like it. I was able to breathe. I was out in space, but I was able to breathe. It was beautiful. It was the closest to heaven that I experienced since. It was beautiful. It was like I could go out and touch the stars. And I really wanted to stay there because I was going through too much turmoil on Earth. But then suddenly, whoa, I came back down. I'm trying to scream again, but I can't. I had no air. And at the speed I was going, I calculated somehow, at that speed, when I hit the bed, and I knew it was going straight back to that bed that was shattered to 1,000,000 pieces. So I embraced for impact. The best I could do, right? I went through the ceiling. As I went through the ceiling, I started to float like a feather. Landed on the bed. Looked up. Oh, Juanita. Wow. Wow. They really forgot me. They really forgot me. Well, things didn't get any better. I became suicidal, then I became homeless. I was by myself. No family, no Juanita, nothing, no job. I left it. And it was out in the alleys. But in the alleys, as I laid there many times that night, it was me and the stars, right? Me and the stars. It was me and God. And one night, I said, Father, why is it that I needed to suffer so much in this lifetime? And a voice from heaven said, is it not the fire that tempers the steel to make it strong? And I replied, yes, Father. And the voice from heaven said, you are strong now. Are we not? You are strong now. After that, opportunities happened to me. I jumped on the bus the next day. I had a little bit of change. This guy was singing, Hallelujah. I don't know who the guy was. He was a bus driver. Hallelujah. I used to live in LA, and I was a drug addict, and God told me, go to Phoenix. You'll get a nice woman, get a nice job. I'm the only person on the bus. I'm like, I got the message. I got the message. And then people would allow me to live with them here and there. You know, one guy was a Catholic priest, Father Jorge. He was a nice guy. And then after that, I moved in with a healer. This woman that was a healer, that was a friend of his. After my father transitioned into spirit world. And then my mother did also. But see, I already knew there was no death. How beautiful for I to experience that. Before my father and mother, I knew they weren't dead. I knew they were just someplace else. The same place that I was at. The same place that many of you were at. The same place we're all going to after tonight. When? We don't know. So don't be in a big hurry. Well, people started to come to me. They heard about me, these little hands of mine. But I was okay with it. People would come, and we would send them loving healing. We would send them loving healing. And I was able to begin to see my mother and father. I was able to see other ancestors. One day I met a woman. I was working at this cigarette store, and she came into the store, and she just went up to me, and she said, your aura on top of your head, I didn't know what an aura was. Your aura on top of your head is solid gold. There's no cracks in it, there's no breaks. There's like Jesus and Mother Mary. And God wants to know if you would do his work. And I said, yes! This lady's like this tall. She was in Phoenix to see a movie producer. Because every time this gentleman made a movie, he would always call her up and she would fly in from Canada to see him. Well, we made arrangements. I went and spoke to her, and she told me this incredible story about my life. Beautiful story. She said, Alex, your father's here. And he says, thank you for the note that you slipped into his coffin the day he was buried. He says he misses you too and he loves you very much. It was magnificent. No one knew I did that. No one. And she began to tell me other beautiful things. She said, you came into this lifetime to be the healer again, for you have done it many times before. And she said also, this part is not in the book. It is not in the book. But I'll tell you today, you'll be the first ones to listen to this. She said, you attract people to you that are just like you, for they were healers in past lives. You all knew each other. And I said, okay. And she told me about this beautiful journey that I would have. And up to date, everything she told me is true. Everything she told me was true. Well, I was okay with myself. People were getting better. I understood things. I understood why I had to have that little journey, why God wanted to speak to me that one day. I needed to understand completely that there was no such thing as death, but only a new beginning. Also, I needed to understand and see and experience that all illness, emotional and physical and spiritual, is due to the lack of light. It is due to the lack of light. So when we see people, we see their light. Some have great light, others have a little bit of light. The only reason they have a little bit of light is due to their experiences here on earth. Every one of us has a different experience. We all had different parents. We all had different experiences. So word gets around about Alex. And people are healing left and right. Most of you have seen the Fox News with Glenn Phillips, right? The gentleman that had severe heart disease. I remember when he came to see me, he was taking 32 different medications a day and 16 nitroglycerin pills a day. He said, Alex, my doctor said if I took more than 4 nitroglycerin pills a day, I would die. But I need to take the 16 for the pain. I said, okay. When he arrived to the house, he was on oxygen, could only walk 10 feet. And he looked at me and he said, Alex, if you don't heal me, I'm going to commit suicide in 2 weeks. I'm going to lock myself in the car and kill myself. I'm going to lock the garage and just run the car. And I looked at him and I said, okay. What else are you going to say? Okay. And I said, we'll see what we can do for you. As he laid down, I was working out of the house. By then I met beautiful Amy. I still don't know why she likes me. As Glenn laid on the bed, I placed my hand over his heart. And this beautiful energy came out of my hand. Glenn's eyes get really large. He says, Alex, I feel like you're pulling rope out of my heart. I said, well, that's nice. What am I going to say to the guy? So I have my hand and this is all this going on. Well, half hour, 35 minutes later, he's able to take a deep breath for the first time in 8 years. And I asked him, well, how's your thoughts about suicide? He smiled and said, what suicide? What suicide? He never took nitroglycerin again after that day. Within 2-3 days, he went for a walk for 1.5 miles. Within 10 days from his first session, he went ballroom dancing for 2.5 hours. Could you imagine being in a wheelchair for 8 years?
Wow.
Yes, some of you. If not you, you know someone. He was in a wheelchair for 8 years. And now he went ballroom dancing for 2.5 hours. With a 15-minute break. And I asked him, why'd you take the 15-minute break? He smiled and said, because my wife was tired. Because my wife was tired. I said, that's very good. Well, Fox came and did that beautiful story, right? And many, many more people came. Many, many more people came. And I resisted this, folks. I didn't want anything to do with this. I did not want anything to do with it. Every experience I went through, right? Every experience I went through, I had to gain the wisdom, for that wisdom could become consciousness, for that consciousness can become light. When one is homeless, one becomes humble. One has a great humility. correct? You are in such a state of humbleness. Being humble is a power that is so great. They can say mountain move and the mountain will move. That is being humble, being humility. People think it is weakness. It is not weakness. It is a power. It is such a power to be humble and to have that great humility. Look at our friend the Dalai Lama. That's one pretty humble guy, huh? He acts like a little kid. I love you. He hugs. He just loves everybody. But that gentleman has power. Power. A woman saw the Fox News report. She had a stroke. She came to see me. Hi, Alex. I feel like I've known you forever. I said, me too. And I asked her, what can I help you with? My stroke. Plus I have cancer. Plus this. It was okay. I felt like an auto mechanic. Because people wouldn't come with one little thing. Oh, I have some arthritis. You know, oh, I got a tumor here. I can't. I got a brain thing here. I got this going on. Just she's laying on the table, my little room. She is such a sweetie pie. I placed my hands over her. Suddenly, there's this tremendous flash. Boom! Like someone took a picture. And the whole room lit up. And I smiled. And after about 35 minutes, I grabbed her hand. Wake up! Okay, the session's over. She opens up her eyes. And she places her hands on her face. And she cries out, I am healed! And I'm smiling at her. I am healed! She cannot believe she could feel her face. Her face went back in place. And she said, Alex! I heard a voice, and the voice said, do not be afraid. You will be okay. Do not be afraid. And then I felt wings of an angel touch my face. And I said, how can that be? It was touching the left side of my face. That's where the stroke was at. And then suddenly there was a great pressure in my head, and then an explosion. I am healed. And I said, boy, that's good. It was such an incredible experience. Beautiful experience. But there was people with cancer, stage 3, stage 4, people in wheelchairs that couldn't walk. And I said, okay, we'll see you in 2 weeks. I got her to the door. And she gave me a hug. She went. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. You are so blessed. We all gone through different experiences. Every one of us. Sometimes they're painful, huh? We remember. It's inside of you. It's in the cells of your body. It's in the cells of your body. As I was going towards the light, right, fear, shame, and grief was pulled out of me. As we go to, some people call it the 4th dimension, someone could call it spirit dimension, spirit world, God world. It's a high frequency. Shame is a low energy, vibrates very slow. Grief, also, anger, judgment. If you think about this, if one becomes angry, first there's the thought, correct? The thought of anger, here. Think of it as like black tar. You have it in the forehead, and then it spreads out to the brain, the skull, the nervous system, the blood cells, the arteries. It hits your spine, going down the entire spine, and then to all the organs, into the bones, into the muscles. your fingernails. That's one thought of anger. Is it not so? They call it arthritis, fibromyalgia, etc. One thought of judgment. Think of it. The black energy like tar. Here, entering into the brain, the muscles, the nervous system, the cells of the body, the bones, everywhere. That's our thoughts. Now when people project to us thoughts of negativity, anger, judgment, blame, create that once again. Right? Can stress kill you? But of course, it's been proven medically. That's just stress. That's only stress. How about the other experiences we have? Grief. Did you know that your heart has its very own mind, it has its very own intelligence? It does. We call it heartache, heartbreak. The reason Glenn Phillips, that was on Fox News, had heart disease, he was heartbroken. You see, he was in the martial arts. He had 4 black belts in 4 different practices. His wife told him to stop because he was hurting people. It broke his heart. That energy was there because he loved it. It was his way to become spiritual. It broke the heart, and disease sets in. When I was up in heaven, I remember a lot. I'm here today to help all of you, to remind you what it feels like to be in heaven, right? Remember, many of you have had that beautiful trip. Many of you have had the out of body. Many of you know people that's had the trip, right? And it's a very nice trip once we let go of the fear, right? So, that energy that worked on Glenn, that works on the hundreds of other people or thousands, you know, it is light. The light has love. It has healing in it. It has compassion. It has humility. You see, the light is what created everything. All the cosmos, all the universes, it created you. And we're here today to assist you in bringing back the light into you so that you too can experience heaven on earth and not need a death experience. And that's why we're here today. Is it difficult? No. The only way it's difficult if you let your little brain stop it. Why do I say it's little? I want nothing to do with this. Remember? No! I actually had a student that asked me, Alex, how difficult is it? And I said, well, if you go out to the desert, you pick up 1 grain of sand, you place that grain of sand in the palm of your hand. I said, that's your little brain. If you go out and gather all the grains of sand of all the beaches in the deserts of the world, place it next to you, that 1 grain, I said, that is God. You guys got it? You got it, don't you? Yeah. So what we do is we remove the brain and we allow. We just allow. Okay? Are we ready to allow? Jennifer? Are we all ready? Okay. So, yeah, we're gonna play some music. So, put everything down, folks. Put everything down. Today is your day, right? Might as well do it today. I mean, you could do it 20 years from now, but you might as well let go today, right? Do this. Do this for yourself. Okay? Do this for yourself. Do it for your loved ones. Do this for the people, your friends, your relatives that are ill. If you are more light, your loved ones will become more light. Understand? if I'm in a state of fear or grief and someone has cancer, how can I help them if my energies are very low, my light's very dim, correct? I was at a medical college, and I had all the medical students and all the doctors and nurses in there, and I could feel their grief, right? Well, they come in contact with patients. Not only them, the patient's family. Not only them, their co-workers, right? And we did the same meditation that we're going to do today. And then, after we did the meditation, we had all the doctors and the nurses and the students place their hands in the center of their chest. And we brought in love and healing. And they're all, bring in love and healing. Afterwards, I told them, bring love and healing into yourself daily, first thing in the morning, last thing at night, so that your thoughts, your words, and your actions will always be a love and healing. Are you not a physician? Are you not a nurse? Are you not a psychiatrist? Are you not a therapist? You can't get any simpler than that. I now bring in love and healing so that your thoughts, your words, and your actions will always be that. Correct? And so just be sure that you have everything down on the ground, feet flat on the ground. Okay, and remember, today's your day. You know. Can we get that music on? Our music is going to be started. Close your eyes, please. Everyone close your eyes. Now repeat after me, please. I now release from every cell of my body, from my heart and my mind, all confusion, and take a deep breath of beautiful white light. Exhale and let it go. Let go of all the confusion from your life, from the top of your head, from your thoughts, from your shoulders, from your chest. Let it leave your muscles and your bones, your stomach, your hips, down to your knees, ankles, and feet. Let it go. For this is your day. Repeat after me. I now release from every cell of my body, all doubt, and take a deep breath of white light. Fill up your heart, your lungs, and your entire spine with beautiful light. Exhale and let it go. After me, I now release from every cell of my body, all worry, and take a beautiful breath of white light. Fill up your heart, your lungs, every cell of your body of white light. Exhale and let it go. All worry. Feel it leaving the top of your head, your face, your neck and shoulders, your arms, your spine, your knees, ankles, and feet, all your worries, as you replace it with light, beautiful light. For there's love and light, there's happiness, there's perfect health and joy, there's abundance of money and friends and love. Let it all go, all worry. Repeat after me. I now release from every cell of my body, all fear, and take a deep breath of beautiful white light. Fill up your lungs, your heart, your entire spine, your bloodstreams, your nervous systems. Every cell of your body turns white now as you let go of all fear. All the fear flows out of you from the top of your head, from your chest, your spine, your stomach, knees, ankles, and feet going towards the ground. The earth is absorbing it from you, all of your fear. This is your own fear, fear that you have absorbed from others. Or do not be afraid. You are not alone. Repeat after me. I now release from every cell of my body, anger, and take a deep breath of white light. Fill up your throat, your heart, your lungs, your spine, every cell of your body, beautiful white light. Exhale and let it go. Let it go. Let it come out of your feet. Let the earth absorb it from you. And repeat after me. I now release. From every cell of my body. All grief. And take a beautiful deep breath of white light. Fill up your heart, your lungs, your spine, your nervous system, and every cell of your body with beautiful light. Exhale and let go of all your grief. Let go of the grief of the others that you have absorbed, from your family members, your loved ones, and friends. Let it go, all your grief. Let it go. It's not yours to keep. And repeat after me. I now release. From every cell of my body. All heartache. And take a deep breath. And fill up your heart, your lungs, your spine, nervous system, and bloodstream, and cells of your body. Beautiful light. Exhale. And let go of all your heartaches. Let it go. Today is your day. Let it all go. Allow it to leave you. You do not need it anymore. You do not need it anymore. Let go of your heartaches and the heartaches of others. Forever and ever and ever. And repeat after me. I now release. From every cell of my body. All of my emotional disease and pain. And take a deep breath of beautiful white light. Fill up your heart, your lungs with beautiful light. Exhale. And let go of the negative emotions that you have been dealing with. Let it go. Liberate yourself. Liberate yourself. Forever and ever and ever. You do not need it anymore. For we have come to help you. To release it forever. And repeat after me. I now release. From every cell of my body. From my heart and my mind. All physical disease and pain. And take a deep breath. With beautiful white light. Take the white light to the difficult parts of your physical body. Feel like those parts are beautiful light, nurturing your physical body where your problem areas are. For the light has all information, healing, health, love. Exhale. And visualize your illness leaving you from your body, from the major organs, from the bones, from your spine. Tell it to leave. You do not need it anymore. You do not need it anymore. Let it go. Today is your day. Let it leave you forever and ever and ever. Replace it with light. Replace the disease with light. For you are light. For you are the light. For you are that light. Keeping your eyes closed, place both your hands in the center of your chest, one overlapping the other. And repeat after me. I now bring in. Into my beautiful soul. Light. Love. And healing. And take a deep breath and fill up your soul and your spirit with beautiful light. Nurture it. Heal it. For we understand that you have put your soul through much difficulties in this lifetime. You made some decisions that were not nurturing. You are healing your soul at this time. You're healing your spirit at this time with beautiful light. Heal your soul. Tell your soul and your beautiful spirit you love it. It is your spirit. It is your soul. Love it. And with your thoughts, you say, I love you, my beautiful soul. I love you, my beautiful spirit. Thank you for being mine. Thank you for being my beautiful soul. No matter what I have gone through in this lifetime, thank you for being mine. I am nurturing you now. I am loving you. For we are sending you light, love, and healing. I am healing you, my beautiful soul, my spirit, with light, with love, and with healing. For you are mine, and I am nurturing you now. I am nurturing you, my beautiful soul, my beautiful spirit. Thank you for being mine. Build that beautiful relationship with your soul, with your spirit. Thank it for being yours. Nurture it and love it. It is yours. How magnificent that you choose to do this today. And repeat after me. I now bring in. into every cell of my body. Light, love, and healing. And take a deep breath and bring in beautiful light, love, and healing into your heart, your lungs, your spine, into all your organs, into every cell of your body. And with your thoughts, you say, thank you for being my beautiful body. Thank you so much. For I love you, my beautiful body. You are my body. I'm filling you up with light. I'm filling you up with love. I'm filling you up with healing. I know I'm not taking care of you always in this lifetime, but I am changing my ways. I will bring light, love, and healing into you, my beautiful body, every single morning and every single evening. For you are precious to me. You are precious to me, my beautiful body. From this moment on, I will bring in the light that you need, for we are light. I will bring in love to you, my beautiful body, every day. And I will bring in healing to you, my beautiful body. For thank you for being my body. Imagine your hands glowing beautiful white light, for your hands are light. You are drawing the energies from the heavens to you. For you are the light. For you are love. For you are healing. Keeping your eyes closed, place your hands down, please. Keep your eyes closed, place your hands down. Stick one hand out, like if you're a traffic cop. Beautiful. Think of someone that has transitioned into spirit world, a loved one, a friend. Think of someone that has transitioned into spirit world. Place your hand in the center of their chest. For you see, we are spirit, they are spirit. There's no difference. Place your hand in this heart of your loved one, of your friend that has transitioned. And with your thoughts you say, we now send to you light, love, and healing. For you are spirit, and I am spirit. And we are sending to you light, love, and healing. For we are sending to you, my loved one, light, love, and healing. For you are a spirit and I am a spirit, for we are not different, we are the same. And one day, I will be pure spirit again. But at this time, we are sending you light, love, and healing. And illuminate the spirit of the individual that you're working on with pure light, love, and healing, so that they may take it to the others that are in heaven. For we are the light, every single one of us, for they are the light. We have always been, we are now, we always will be the light. You put your hands down now and open your eyes. So, we are the light, huh? Wow. Everything looks very bright in here, too. We say to the people, if one brings them light, love, and healing into themselves daily, will they not become it? If one does it twice a day, will they not become it much quicker? What happens if you do it 10 times a day? First thing in the morning, I am light, I am love, I'm healing. What am I telling my soul, my spirit, my body? I am light, I am love, I'm healing. My thoughts, my words, my actions will always be that. Before each client, I am light, I am love, I'm healing. The last thing at night when I go to bed, I am light, I am love, I am healing. That's power. That's power. It is beautiful. It is beautiful. For those of you that want to become enlightened, we say, I am light, I am love, I am healing, I am enlightenment. If one says that daily, will they not become enlightened? If one says it 5 times a day, would that become enlightened much quicker? Hmm? If there's several rooms, and I'll give myself 2 more minutes here. If there's several rooms, the first room you walk in, everyone's angry. You hang out there for 20 minutes, and you come out, would you not be that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If you walk into another room, and everyone's joyous, hey, you hang out for 20 minutes, would you not be that when you leave?
Mm-hmm.
If you walk into a room where everyone's enlightened, you walk out, would you be like, whoa? Right? The cells of the body stores information, right? Yeah, you just released information today, right? Think of yourself as a computer. You just deleted information. What did you delete? Fear, grief, heartaches, right? Do not forget, this is important information, correct? Out with the old. You brought in a new program into your cells, your body today, right? What did you bring in? Light, love, and healing. I don't see a problem. Right? Right? For those of you that meditate, you say, I like love and healing and enlightenment. Charge up the battery. Right? It is a simplicity of it. It is a simplicity of it. Practice it. Become it. I say to people, got nothing else to do. Got job, family, maybe little owies here and there. Might as well become enlightened. Keeps you off the streets. Right? Think about it. Might as well become enlightened. The only thing that's going to happen is you're going to act a little bit goofy. They're going to say, they're enlightened. So you see really goofy people, it's because they're enlightened. And I once again want to thank Diane and Ian from Chicago for inviting me here. We do private sessions, distant healings, and you can go on the website and listen to some incredible stories of some spontaneous healings distant, with just a name or a picture. People call in the radio show, or I interview them, they tell their stories. Heart disease, all kinds of stuff, cancer, you know. Also, we're doing our class tomorrow, and thank you for Diane and Ian for setting up the class for tomorrow. Class tomorrow, you will release every person and event that's ever caused you pain. Toxins, poisons, chemotherapy, radiation, you're going to diabetes. You would actually feel the energy, that energy leaving your body. You would feel it. Why? You're going to pull it out of someone else. You know, so for most of you, it'll be the first time that you're able to feel what cancer feels like, what grief feels like, what shame feels like. Kind of cool. Keeps you off the street. What happens if one really releases all that at once, like when you take a class? What happens to consciousness? Right? Right? Think about it. What you just did today, you raised your consciousness, didn't you? I now release. We have the meditation out there. That's actually my near-death experience. I now release. As I went towards the light, waves of fear, shame, and grief was pulled out of me. That's the meditation CD. That's a little bit of what you did today. That's a lot if you take a class tomorrow. You will release. Why not? And I just want to thank all of you here for coming. And Diane has some last words, but thank you so much for having me here. And I love you all tremendously. And we all learn together, right? And we all have that goal. Have a beautiful life, my friends.
Thank you.
Alex, for being here today. And he mentioned the meditation CDs are for sale outside. Jennifer and Amy will also be outside, and you can fill out for his mailing list to be informed of the events that he will be doing, as well as you can sign up for workshops that he's going to be giving in the future or for tomorrow. And or you can just say hi, meet everybody. So don't forget that next month is Donna McHugh, who is a palmist, who will be doing private sessions for 2 days. And she's quite amazing. She has her own cable TV show in New York City. And she was our speaker 5 years ago. She's a comedian. She's very, very funny. You can just come and laugh for an hour with us next month. But she just started a new company called Fat Ass Fudge. And we'll be selling Fat Ass Fudge in our bookstore next month. So we hope that you all join us and partake of the delights of the moment. So don't forget your trash. See you next time.